All right, good morning, everybody. A couple of technical difficulties a little bit this morning, so starting a little bit later than normal, but welcome to today's edition of the Morning Sprint. And as I'm noticing the screen behind me, let me put this down for you because that is distracting to look at. Alrighty, so today I have three top stories for you today, and the one that I want to start with was breaking news that we brought to you yesterday morning about that change up at Virginia Tech with their football coach and just the changes that are coming. We've been following this story all morning yesterday, all day, and today I just want to share with you some fan reaction as we spoke to some students on campus. So if you didn't hear about the split between Fuente and Virginia Tech, they believe, most students say that it's an unfortunate split, but they understand that it's necessary. We were on campus yesterday, like I said, talking to some students, trying to get their reaction. And there has been a collective groan for much of the season as the Hokies have blown multiple fourth quarter leads. These feelings are mutual and the losses are just too many, with the wins being too few. Thus, the Justin Fuente era is a wrap in Blacksburg, something the student section has been foreshadowing all season. If you've been to a game, you've seen students on campus leaving early from the games, and students said they feel bad for him, but he didn't do the job, and it was time for him to go. And I want to show you now, let me get to it, the sound that we got.
I could definitely see from the first game going on, the rest of the home games, there's definitely a lot more people leaving at halftime. And I could hear like the chants, like Fire Fuente at every game.
So that was just what one of the students we talked to yesterday had to say about the change. So what does the next leader look like? Well, students said they would like to see someone who really embraces the community. And we got word that there are three possible coaches who could replace Fuente. They are James Chadwell from Coastal Carolina, Billy Napier at Louisiana, and Bill O'Brien from Alabama. So those are the three that are in contending right now for that position. Again, we'll bring you more updates as we learn more and everything that's going on at Virginia Tech, and you can follow those stories along on our website, WSLS.com. But love to hear from you, your opinions and your thoughts on this change. Again, we had asked for your opinions this morning on the morning show and last night on our poll. I want to know, do you think this is a good change, or do you wish that Fuente would have stayed and maybe finished out the season? But again, just something to get your comments and opinions on. Just looking over here to see what we have going on. All right, good morning, everybody, and thanks for watching. All right, so the second story I have for you today is a big name change that is coming to a stadium you might know. So get ready to say goodbye to the Staples Center, you know, in the name only. It's not, the building's not going anywhere. But the Los Angeles home of the Lakers, Clippers, and Kings is set to get a new name indicative of the times we are living in. Well, it will soon be known as the Crypto.com Arena. What do you think of that name? Crypto.com Arena. The change comes after the 20-year naming rights deal. Office Supply retailer Staples paid $120 million for it in 1999, and that ended. Well, the new name is scheduled to take effect Christmas Day. Cryptocurrency platform Crypto.com paid $700 million, oh my goodness, for 20 years in what is believed to be the largest naming rights deal in history. That is incredible, $700 million. So no more, like we said, the Staples Center. You're going to have to refer to it as Crypto.com Arena. So I just thought I'd bring that name change to you, and wondering what your thoughts are on that story, and if you'll be able to make those changes quickly in your head. I feel like it's going to be referred to as the Staples Center for a long time. You just get used to calling it something for so long. Switching it is kind of hard, but we'll get there. I mean, it's going to be around for 20 years, so. All right, the last story I have for you today is one that I think is brought up almost every year for the past 5 or 6 years around this time during Thanksgiving. It is something that went viral a couple of years ago, and people continue to follow it because it's just a heartwarming story, so I thought I'd bring it to you. So if you didn't know, a Thanksgiving tradition is still going strong. If you recognize the two people in this video, these are two former strangers who met in 2016 after an accidental dinner invitation. So Wanda Dench, who you see there in the white shirt, was sending a text with a dinner invite to her grandson. Well, it turns out he had changed his number and she didn't know, but Jamal Hinton got the message instead, and he is right there in that green shirt on your screen. The two figured out the mistake and then sent selfies to each other, and that's when Hinton asked if he could still come over to her home in Arizona. Well, Dench replied saying, "Of course you can come over. That's what grandmas do. They feed everyone." And isn't that true? That would be something my grandma would say. Well, that started the holiday tradition, which is now in its 6th year. Hinton has documented the holiday each year on social media, and this year he took to Twitter to tell his followers that the two are still celebrating the Thanksgiving Day together. They have his girlfriend and his family over for dinner, so the two families come together. And Hinton also posted a photo of himself and his girlfriend, along with Dench and her late husband, Lonnie. Lonnie died in April of 2020 following a battle with COVID-19. So this is just a cute story that I like to bring up, I think, like we said, around this time, every year. Just two strangers who didn't even know each other, and one accidental text brought them together. So I think it's just cool to see how that happened. Also, the power of social media, and shows how many people are just following this story. So if you have any thoughts or comments on this story, please share them. I'd love to see them as I look over at the screen here. But again, like she said, it's just something that grandmas do. And I said this is something definitely my grandma would do. If she saw a stranger or someone needed a warm meal, she would definitely provide that to them. And she's Italian, so she was always cooking more food than we ever needed. It's kind of a tradition in my family. But those are the stories I have for you today. So again, any questions, comments on any of these stories, please put them in the comments, and make sure to tune in every morning at 9 a.m. I hope you have a good day.